Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me.
Raw to take the 3v1, gets one, looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
Looks like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
Oh, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator and tonight I am hosting the Nexus Division Grand Finals. We've got Running Wild taking on Minion Miners in our Ultimate Nexus Div matchup. I hope you're all excited to be here for this most excellent best of 5 we have for you today. The lobby is up, the teams are getting ready to go. I'll let them know that I'm all set so they can start at their leisure. And while we have a moment, let's go over to the map select. See what the teams have selected for today. Running Wild opting for map pick with their high seed priority, banning away Volskaya Foundry and Braxis Holdout. Minion Miners removing Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity. We're going to be starting things off on Infernal Shrines here for map number 1. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be exciting. And as a reminder, this is indeed a best of 5. Not a best of 3 like the regular season, so it will be a full round of games for you today. If you're all as excited as I am to be here. Just waiting on the readies to come out in the lobby, and we'll be able to get started. Bring it back to me for a minute. We are indeed catless to start the stream, such as it is. It's a little bit warm up here. We'll see if they want to grace us with their presence at some point this evening. But if not, what can I say? Cats can't be herded. I could go and grab one and put them in the bed and then they would just leave. Because that's what they do. Anytime you want a cat to do something, it makes sure it knows that and makes sure to not do that. So we have to just forget that there are cats that are a possibility. And eventually they'll show up. It'll be fine. It'll be good. Looks like we've got one team that's still filling up their water bottles here. And then we'll be able to get started. Alpharak, hope you're doing well. I see Weskra, Elixia. Aren't you all playing? What are you doing? What are you doing in the chat? Idioms is here. How are you doing, Shy? We got Valerina. Who else was in here? Saddleburr. Hope you're all having a great evening. I'm excited to get into it. Infernal Shrines is going to be our map number 1. It's time to put the counter up. How many Cho'Galls do we get today? Someone put the Cho'Gall counter up. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Alright, looks like our final team is ready to go, which means the draft should be starting in a moment. We'll be able to jump right in. Let's go. We are here, getting ready for our first game of the day. Alexia's got me up on one of the 3 monitors. That's good to know. That's good to know. We are on a 30-second delay. I double-checked before the series started. I was just like, gotta make sure the 30-second delay is on or I'm gonna get in trouble. Minion Miner's gonna open things up with an Anduin ban here, and Running Wild removing the Lucio, 2 of our premier saving healers. Already banned right off the top. See what Minion Miners is thinking about removing next here for Infernal Shrines. Bruisers come to mind. Your Hoggers, your Blazes. Gonna be a Sylvanas, though. Sylvanas has kind of quietly been, like, the best hero in the Nexus right now for a little bit. I feel like people are starting to catch on. She's not really hitting the ban board as much as you'd think compared to heroes like Junkrat. Sylvanas has just kind of been quietly owning for a while now. Running Wild is actually going to remove another healer here in Deckard. Marshall going to instantly snap the fall stat here. This is the first draft in a while where Junkrat hasn't been heavily controlled that I've been able to cast. We'll see if anyone's actually interested in the little trap machine there. or if they have other priorities as a team. You know, comfort's important. If you're going through a whole season of, you know, not playing Junkrat, just whipping him out in the grand finals, may not be in the cards. We'll see what Running Wild thinks here. They're going to grab the most stalwart of front lines. Kairu's on Johanna, and full on Grit's going to be taking the Blaze here. Very, very solid opener from Running Wild, getting their front line in play. See if Minion Miners is interested in some percent-based damage. Although getting the Tychus now would lock in both of their damage early, which isn't terrible. They're going to go with a Deathwing, though. Himibo locking in the Deathwing, Sir Mac of Cheese on Lunara. Deathwing very strong into a CC-heavy composition, and with all these CC saves off the board in Lucio and Anduin, Deathwing possibly a premature counter pick to a stun train possibility of Running Wild. Leoric going to be banned out here by Running Wild. They don't want to see the Easy Bake Oven, the Leoric Deathwing combo of Entomb and Molten Breath. Leoric also just generally good into Johanna and Blaze. Solid ban there from the blue team. Minion Miners taking a look at that front line of Running Wild, and they're going to remove the Zeratul with Lunara and Falstad already chosen. Zeratul could go back there and cause some havoc. Some very thoughtful bans here in the mid part of this draft. See what Running Wild wants to put for some damage here. It's very difficult to dive past a Deathwing because of that just big unstoppable body. They are going to need some range here. I wonder if maybe something like a Hanzo's in the cards for Running Wild. We're going to see a Brightwing Greymane coming out. C10 on the Greymane. Mr. Executive going to be playing Brightwing. Of course, Greymane with that Cursed Bullet can take a big chunk out of Deathwing right at the start of the fight. Make sure Hemibo can't just last forever on that front line. Minion Miners looking to round out their draft here. They need a healer, they need a tank. Or do they? They're gonna, looks like this could be a Deathwing tank. Wesker is gonna be bringing the Stukov, and Wanton Soup is on the Sonya here. Very, very strong siege composition from Minion Miners outside of maybe Deathwing. Falstad, Lunara, Sonya, Stukov can all smack those buildings real good. Running Wild with the last pick here. They need a flex. Try to deal with this heavy siege style. Alexia gonna go with the Gul'dan. Gul'dan, a lot of great poke damage, can reach back and try to lick the heels of Falstad and Lunara with those Fell Flames. See if there's any switching of heroes here. Looks like Himibo sticking with the Deathwing. Wanton Soup is moving to the Falstad, and Marshall went to the Sonya. All right. Everyone else is happy with their choices. Fantastic. Let's get a prediction going. I gotta do it manually. Manually! Unbelievable. Let's see. Running Wild. Minion Miners. Start prediction. Alright, prediction is up. Now's the time to bet your points. Who's gonna take this game number 1? Running Wild with a fairly tried and true composition here on Infernal Shrines. They're going to be tough to push off the point. But Minion Miners, with a very interesting comp, we'll see what they can do here. As I set my mouse to the wrong stuff. My goodness. All right, looks like we're all good. Let's jump into the game. We're all set for game number 1 here. On the left in the blue, it is Running Wild. Kairu is on the Johanna. C10 on the Greymane. Mr. Executive is playing Brightwing. Full on Grits is on the Blaze, and Alexia is on Gul'dan. On the right in the red, we have Minion Miners. Wesgra is on the Stukov, Marshall on Sonya, Sir Mac of Cheese on Lunara, Wanton Soup is on the Falstad, and Himibo is playing Deathwing. Here we go. Game number 1 is underway here. Gul'dan starting things off with the Q Fell Flame build to get a little bit of extra range on that ability. Falstad going with the Frequent Flyer on level 1, getting the auto attack build started. Pretty understandable when you're into that heavy front line. The mid-wave clear going to be pretty easily dominated there by the Gul'dan and the Johanna. So Running Wild going to get an early set of rotations here, but Lunara already on the bottom side. Sir Mac and Cheese realizing that mid-clear probably going to go in favor of Running Wild and just grabs that early XP as much as possible. It's like Falstad headed up to the top side here, possibly to put some harassment onto full-on Grits. Wanton Soup is going to have to double back here, though, as this minion wave is going to be, excuse me, quickly decimated by Running Wild. Side camps are up. We're going to see C10 straight onto that with the rest of the squad. Minion Miners doing the same thing here on the right. Falstad Lunara should make quick work of that camp, but Kyra is riding across, going to be spotted here by the Wisp, could be an invade. Johanna getting on the other side of Deathwing here, but quickly turns around, as the rest of the team didn't want to try to walk through that choke. So we are going to see just a simple trade onto these objectives. We'll see if anyone wants to bully their way onto the bottom point here. Falstad monitoring the mid here for a moment, helping out Marshall clearing the mid camp that was taken earlier, and now we're going to see Greymane jump straight onto the bottom camp. Deathwing could walk in here, but is down to 3 plates currently. We'll see if Hemibo wants to commit to this. Looks like no. Camp will go over to Running Wild. Kairu gathering up 2 before hitting the Unstoppable and moving it on back. It's level 4 about to be here for both squads. Full-on Grits and Marshall continuing their double soak rotation as much as possible. C10 able to jump onto this mid camp before it could do any damage to the mid wall, so... well, so far pretty even between these two squads in terms of soak, in terms of lane presence here. A little bit of poke going on to Kairu there. Trying to keep an eye out, but that lava pool makes moving around difficult. That's one of the more interesting things about the Deathwing tank, is just the lava pool positioning can make the rotations and just stepping up at all a little bit dicey. You see Marshall has taken the back Shaman camp here for Minion Miners. Going to get that marching up the top lane. Already claimed here by the side of Running Wild as they are moving up to the top side, looking possibly in Marshall here. It's down at half health. Here comes Greymane, going to jump on there. Polymorph comes on out. Crossfire connects, and that is Sonya going down just as this shrine activates. Great game sense there from Running Wild to grab first blood. Mr. Executive going to tag the point, and now Running Wild is going to start their clear. Checking in on our stacks. Falstad sitting at 9 stacks on that level 1. Gul'dan has 10 heroes hit out of 30 on that Pursuit of Flame quest. Looks like we do have a quick pause coming on out. We'll see what the issue is there. We are back in it here. A quick lead coming on out for Running Wild, but Hemibo going to come on down and force a defense here on the top side. Good rotation there from Running Wild, realizing they didn't need to stay directly on the objective that whole time, as they have a significant minion lead here. Hemibo gonna step up and put that lava pool down on the left-hand side. This is another part of Deathwing's positional prowess. Like covering that entire area in a lava pool is gonna make things pretty difficult if Minion Miners gets to these points first. But as it stands, we've got a Frozen Punisher marching down the mid here. Hemibo going to go ahead and bait that over. Falstad flying up from the bottom lane for this defense. And it looks like the clear is going to be pretty excellent between Lunara and Falstad. Mid wall not even going down here for the moment. Greymane going to go ahead and tag that bottom wall, and looks like the wall section will fall. Oh, look at that. They are going to take down the whole section. But a solid defense there from Minion Miners, and now we see Running Wild are going to go for a quick invade. The camp clear from the side of Running Wild very, very fast between Gul'dan and Greymane, so they snipe that really, really quickly. Left side camp now being worked on by Running Wild. Up here on the top side, full-on Grits. It's got to deal with the wall being basically down already as Marshall continues to put the pressure on. Alexia going to go ahead and tag the bottom camp here as we see 2 in the mid for Minion Miners, clearing that camp away. Full-on Grits has to get away from Sir Mac of Cheese here on the top side. This bottom camp is claimed. Mid camp going to be cleared away by Wanton and Westgra, so while we see Running Wild has taken all the camps on the map, they're going to be cleared basically equally as quickly by minion miners. 10s are in for running wild. We see the Curse Bullet landing there onto Hemibo. Got Horrify, Blink Heal, Bunker call down as, oh, Deathwing going in there. Alexia could be in trouble. Manages to get away from the body block, but is going to get the stun. There is the Bellowing Roar coming on out for Deathwing, but Mr. Executive has the save. Kyrie steps on forward as Wanton Soup is going to have to barrel roll away on the bottom lane. Johanna ultimately picking up the Falling Sword here for running wild. Minion Miners looking at the Bellowing Roar, Leap, the Hinterland's Blast here from Falstad, Leaping Strike, and Flailing Swipe. So Falstad going to be looking to finish off some kills with that Hinterland's Blast. No gust required. Looks like we've got to move on to the top side here. Polymorph comes on out after we saw the Brightwing coming on through. Kairu looking for Marshhole there, but the leap was used to get away. A little bit of double soak here as Alexia coming on through to the mid to grab that wave. Shaman camps are back up here as the bottom shrine is announced. Wesker on the right, using that lurking arm to help with the clear. But we see Running Wild on that straightaway, going to be heading straight down to the bottom objective. Wesker going to finally get a little bit of help there from the rest of the miners. See, they'll be a little bit late to the objective. As we see Greymane was waiting on the top side there with Johanna. Going to see if Greymane was going to throw out the Curse Bullet there, but no such luck. Alexia going to tag this once again, and it looks like Running Wild, again, just managed to get here first. Sonya looking to remain on the top side here. Is going to start to rotate. Could be a bit late here, though. Falstad pushing out the bottom lane. Hemibo trying to get into the position here. Drops the lava pool on the north entrance. But 30 minions already capped here. Full-on Grits getting away. Kairu going in there, gets on the other side of the... Oh, nice Falling Sword to deny the leap value. But Kairu in trouble. There's the laser hitting everybody. It's a full reset as Johanna goes down. Bellowing Roar catching 3. That's Gul'dan to fall as well. And that is a triple kill for the side of Minion Miners. They give up the Punisher, but they're going to get this cleared away very, very quickly here on the back of that triple. Shock and Awe was indeed the old name. Once again, this fort barely tickled off of that objective capture. You see Greymane grabbing the mid-camp solo, as that is something Greymane can do. But now Minion Miners, they're going to have a little bit of chance to move up onto the bottom fort and get as much done as they can. Wanton Soup, Sir Mac and Cheese throwing out the damage. The Growing Infestation with the lava pool, a deadly trap for anyone to be moving through. Wesker taking a couple of hits there, as the fort barely gonna survive. Blaze and Sonya continuing to rotate there. Kairu's come back to join the team here. See Greymane and Gul'dan on the bottom camp, gonna get that cleared away quickly. Kairu sees no one's on the right side camp just yet here for Minion Miners. Could be a fight here. Curse Bullet goes into Deathwing in the mid. Hemibo retaining, I should say, those 3 plates. See if there's going to be a fight over this camp. Greymane is already on it. Growing Infestation pool. Not quite placed onto the point. Camp is going to be stolen. We'll see if Kairu can walk on out of here. Marshall jumps onto 2 there, trying to get away. Brightwing will not be able to follow up as Gul'dan is chased down on the lower path. Minion Miners with another kill there. Now Kairu being chased out. It has to pop the Unstoppable. Oh, C10 is caught. C10 got hit by the slow from Stukov, and Greymane is going to go down. Wesker going to swipe 2 away to make sure there's no follow-up kill. But now Minion Miners getting a 5th kill this game. They once again lose the point, but gain the kills. Wesker trying to clear away the camp that was stolen. Lunara going to step up, put 1 auto on the structure, and that should do it. There it goes. All of a sudden, 16 very close here for Minion Miners. This could be their opportunity to get onto an objective and really do some damage here in the mid-game. There's the 16s. The full Molten Breath combo for Hemibo is now online. That big 16 power spike for Deathwing. Running Wild definitely wants to find their 16s before the next objective phase, which is going to be that Arcane Punisher in the mid lane. Full on Grits defending the top here. Uh-oh, there's the leap coming on out. There's Leaping Strike as well. Blaze gonna get in the bunker, but it may not matter. The silence comes out before the jet propulsion can be activated. That is a snipe here for Minion Miners, as now they get to siege on the top lane. Kairu coming on in here. There's Greymane and... Uh-oh, this could be trouble. Wezgra is caught in the middle of those swipes. Stukov's gonna go down. Horrify not gonna land there. Sir Mac and Cheese with the dodge. There is the falling sword onto Marshall. Can the rest of the team catch up? They've got Deathwing down. Sonya trying to move away. There's the polymorph. One more hit. The swinging hammer finds the kill. Running Wild strike back with a triple kill of their own off the back of that Blaze takedown. Running Wild. Some very timely kills means they're going to get a huge advantage on this objective once again. We're going to see the Shaman camp stolen on the right here. Now the team going to come on through to get this cleaned up. 10 seconds on Deathwing, 12 seconds on Sonya. We see Sir Mac of Cheese waiting for someone to take this camp solo, but no one is on the way. Running Wild still getting these minions down as Sonya is here to return. Deathwing ready to drop on in at a moment's notice. Blaze showing on the bot side here. Looks like there is going to be no Deathwing coming on down. Oh, no, Deathwing will return. This is a 39. Running Wild are going to 39 this point. They just need one more hit, and with Gul'dan, Blaze, Johanna, they should have no problem with that at all, unless they force themselves through a choke here. We see full-on Grits going to step on through into that Molten Flame. At 23 here, Minion Miners are making a show of it as Elixia going to put some damage out, and there it is. The objective is claimed by Running Wild. Wesker actually going to get hit with the Cursed Bullet. That's a great stun there by Marshall, and it looks like Wesker make it away. Falling Sword not going to connect, but Stukov will get hit with the jet propulsion and go down. Kairu's slowing everybody on the way out there. Elixia caught in the corridor, though. Gul'dan's going to fall. There goes Johanna as well. Full-on Grits wants this kill onto Marshall. Going to find it here. Sir Mac and Cheese is low on health. Himibo hits the bellowing roar. Can C10 catch up? One more auto. Deathwing is so low, the movement speed is too much. Deathwing goes down. It's a 3 for 2 for the side of Running Wild. Wanton Soup managed to bait this Punisher over to the keep wall to get it down quickly. But this game is super back and forth here as Running Wild gonna take this advantage to try to open up the mid lane. See Running Wild be happy and double on back. Full on Grits is dismounted, but shouldn't have too much of a problem. Excuse me. Running Wild about to be full strength. Gul'dan and Johanna have respawned. Falstad up in the top lane just needs to breathe on the top fort and it will go down. Greymane trying to take the bottom structure here. Sir Mac of Cheese doesn't want to get too close. And that is the fort to fall. Falstad, 1Q, another fort to fall in the top lane. Bottom camp going to be claimed here by Running Wild. Mid being cleared out by Minion Miners as both teams pretty even on their path to level 20. Imagine there will be no major engagement before those 20s are online, but you never know. Maybe you can catch your opponent off guard on this even footing. Top wave a little bit juicy here. Running Wild going to catch that one. Lunara clearing out the bottom camp here for Minion Miners. Mid camp going to need some clearing as well as all of Running Wild show on that top wave. If they can get this this fort down, that would be a big boon here for Running Wild, but we're going to see Himibo drop on down to make sure that's not taken for free. 20's about to be locked in for both teams, and there they are. Falstad clear in the mid. Lunar down in the bot side here. Running Wild may have an opportunity as Himibo roasting that lane away. Running Wild as 5 up here would love to get this down to have even footing for the next objective. Lunara just split pushing here, getting this wave up onto the camp and then hearthing back to safety as Running Wild left the map there. This is all about positioning. This is all about visible information. Staying off the map, not showing unless you need to. Excuse me, I need some water. Much better. Much better. Cairo actually taking a big chunk there on the low side as Deathwing is controlling that space. All 5 are here. Alexia trying to get the last hit on that E there. Alexia still actually 24 out of 30, does not have the extended Fell Flame just yet. As Cairo coming across, we may see a camp invade. Himibo on the low side, looking to get some flank damage in. C10 gonna hit the Cursed Bullet and roll right through the flames. On the top side, though, Marshall tries to leap, is gonna get feared away. C10 in trouble as Sir Mac of Cheese. Oh, can't confirm the kill! Blaze with the bunker finds the save, but Greymane's still gonna go down. Himibo and Sir Mac of Cheese try to get away. Blaze is pushed off, but Deathwing still to go down. Mr. Executive manages to blink away from Marshall, but Cairo may not be so lucky. That is Johanna to fall as Sonya trying to get away here. Marshall manages to mount up, but oh no, Marshall is running through tower fire. Elixia and Mr. Executive are on the chase. Sonya is doubling back here. The spear will not land, and finally Sonya will be caught. Full-on Grits could be in having the same problem. Falls before the phase shift can land. It's a 3 for 2 for the side of Minion Miners in a crazy fight in between lanes there. But it looks like Minion Miners may have an opportunity to grab themselves their first Punisher of the game. We see Running Wild just trying to take some camps on the map while they have the opportunity. Minion Miners know they have Deathwing to global in immediately. Sonya's still down for 25, but Blaze is down for 30. Johanna's about to be back on the battlefield. Minion Miners shouldn't have too much of a problem locking this one up. See Running Wild just taking all the camps that they can. They've got the bottom side nearly cleared away here. C10 gonna go ahead and take this Shaman camp in the meantime. See if Alexia wants to pause and take this camp here. Looks like it's going to be 39'd here by the side of Minion Miners, which I really like here. They see all the camps being taken on the map. They're going to take the time to go and clear those away before they start their push in the top lane. Now, we see Greymane has to step up here and put a clock on this. Sonya on the bottom side. Still clearing away that camp. Only one more hit needed. Shouldn't be a problem at all here. Sonya on the way back up. Kairu stepping forward, trying to ward away there. Is actually getting hit by the stun. There is the shield immediately taken away. Mr. Executive has to come on through with the heal. Himibo is going to eat a cursed bullet as Marshall looking for a leap possibility. Greymane going down half as the objective is claimed. Here by Minion Miners, Marshall is going to find 2. Full-on Grits misses with the jet propulsion, but the polymorph goes on out. Kairu and Elixia are being split from the rest of the team here. Full-on Grits trying to move away, but Himibo with a great flying body block. That's going to be Blaze to fall. Kairu trying to move away and guide the rest of the team on back to see if the other 3 can escape. Blessed by the light from Kairu trying to get away here, but Marshall and Wanton are on the chase. See if Johanna has what it takes. No, Johanna will go down. That is a double kill here for Minion Miners, and those are 2 long death timers as they push through the top lane. Objective at about half health here as Himibo stepping up, taking a couple of hits. Greymane is actually caught. That's a huge pick here for Minion Miners. That could be a possibility to move towards the core here. Himibo is a little bit damaged, but the objective still at half health. Elixia pushed back into the base, and now the core is the target. Minion Miners have 13 seconds till Blaze is back. The core shielding is taken off. Wezgra has the interrupted swipes, and this is going to be Minion Miners taking game number 1 here on Infernal Shrines. GG. Very, very nicely played. Running Wild was looking like they had it. going into the mid game there, but Minion Miners taking advantage of those split fights, find the kills to get ahead and push to victory there with some excellent picks along the way. Very, very well played. Let's go into the post-match. See what the stats show us here. C10 on the Greymane, a little over 51,000 hero damage there coming out for Running Wild, putting those big cursed bullets into the Deathwing tank. Speaking of Deathwing, top hero damage on the side of Minion Miners, a little over 48,000 there coming on out from Hemibo. Very cool composition there from the Miners. We'll take a look at the talent screen as we close out our prediction. Some people lost a lot of money there. We'll get the scoreboard updated. We'll get ourselves ready for a game number 2. Alrighty. Taking a look at the talents. I don't see anything too crazy here. Of course, the Hinterlands Blast. Not something you see every day. But into a Blaze Johanna and a Brightwing. Honestly, there's a lot of unstoppable there. There's a lot of teleports. There's a lot of just general, ability to deny a gust. Still not something that we see all that often, though. Pretty cool there from Wonton Soup. Alright, we don't have a new lobby just yet, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to a short break. And when we return, it's going to be game number 2 in this Nexus Division Grand Finals. Don't go far. Alrighty, welcome back. We're setting up here for game number 2 of this Nexus Division Grand Finals. Running Wild currently down 0-1 to Minion Miners, who took that first game on Infernal Shrines. Very cool comps coming on out from both sides, and it was the Deathwing main tank that won the day there in game number 1. Our lobby number 2 is nearly full here. Just need to get our last player in there, and then we will be able to get another game in. Gonna be awesome. Alright, there's our 10th, and that is our cue to go to the map select. To let you all know, we are going to be going to Dragonshire for our game number 2. This one chosen by Minion Miners. So it will be first pick over to Running Wild. Teams are exchanging pleasantries. And we'll be getting going here in just a moment. I'll let them know that I'm all set. And we'll get started in a moment. Let's bring it back to me. What'd you think of game number 1, chat? Based on the bets, I feel like a lot of you had, a lot of you didn't believe in the Miners. A lot of you didn't believe in the Deathwing. But it worked out pretty well there for Minion Miners. The zone control possibilities between the Stukov and the Deathwing causing a lot of issues and causing a lot of splits. Were taken full advantage of there by the Minion Miners. We'll see if they want to run a similar strat here on Dragonshire, or if they're going to shift it up a little bit for us. Alright, we've got one team bringing out the ready. The other one is all set. They will press go, and then anywhere between 5 and 8 seconds later, the lobby will actually pop. Won't that be great? I always rag on the lobby speed. It's something that I do. What can I say? This is actually a pretty interesting story here in Nexus Division. Minion Miners came in today the 8th seed in the playoffs, coming in just under the wire there, and are now up 1-0 in the grand finals. I don't know if this has ever happened before. I'm sure it has. In the history of NGS, we've got a lot of seasons under our belt. We've got a lot of divisions. I'd have to ask one of the NGS historians over on the Discord. But I personally cannot recall the last time I saw an 8th seed win a grand finals. See if Running Wild is going to squash that chance, or if Minion Miners will overcome all the odds to bring us an 8th seed champion. Teams are threatening to be ready. Threatening to be ready. All right, looks like they're all set. Once they press go, we'll jump into the draft. Who do you think's going to go on through? Who's the hero? Is it going to be Rexar? Is it going to be Zeratul? Is it going to be Junkrat? I don't know. Let's go into draft. Let's go into draft. Call out your favorite hero in chat. Manifest it into the universe. Show me an Artanis. One time. Artanis one time. Everybody, hands up in the chat. We're all about the Artanis. Running Wild going to be first to act here. It's going to be a Deathwing ban. Not wanting to see the terror of the skies, the aspect of death, return here for Minion Miners. Minion Miners going to once again remove that Anduin, not wanting to see that healer come on through. One thing to remind you folks of is these teams have a ton of data on each other. So the draft priorities and the draft bans may vary a little bit, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that is locked in stone here as we see that Deckard ban from Running Wild once again. Minion Miners. See if they're going to ban the Lucio. Running Wild banned it last time, rather than the Deathwing. No one banned Junkrat in game number 1. See if it comes through in game number 2 here. Sticking with the Sylvanas ban. There's a lot of great heroes up and available here for Running Wild. We'll see what they want to prioritize for this first pick, and Mr. Executive happily gonna snap up that Lucio. The soft ban, as we call it.
Is on.
Wanted Soup and Sir Mac of Cheese gonna just run it back here for Minion Miners. They want that Falstad Lunara. Kairu and C10 gonna go with the Muradin in the tank spot this time, but it is the Greymane coming on back. A little bit of difference here for Running Wild. Minion Miners not gonna have the Deathwing this time. They've got 2 other pieces that they were very happy to have in game number 1. Hogger going to be the ban here for Minion Miners, probably the de facto most versatile offlaner that we have, and being able to take the back camp solo and clear the enemy camp fairly effectively makes Hogger a great asset here on Dragonshire. Running Wild, we'll see if they want to further throw a wrench into the comp of Minion Miners here, maybe a Stukov ban, maybe a Sonya ban. It is going to be that Sonya. Going to push Marshhole onto something else here. Hemibo taking the Blaze, and Wezgra going for the Brightwing here. These teams know what they're drafting. Hemibo was tanking last time. We'll see if it is indeed a tank Blaze or if there's going to be a switch up here. So we could see another tank from Marshall, or we could see another Bruiser. And honestly, it could be just totally interchangeable. You never know. These Bruisers and tanks are really starting to blend together, you know what I mean? Elixia going to be bringing us a Tracer here, and we've got full-on grits going with the Diva. Getting spicy on the side of Running Wild, going with the Ambusher, and we don't get to see a lot of Diva these days. I think Diva's a little underrated. A little underrated. Yes, Diva got nerfed in, the patch of long ago. I think Diva's still better than people give her credit for. Marshall on the last pick here for Minion Miners. See which direction they're going to go with this Blaze. Going to be an Imperious. Once again showing that tanks and bruisers are totally interchangeable. Looks like it is Marshall going to be sticking on Imperious, at least for the moment, which would imply an Imperious off lane. But, Falstad could be up there. We've got a double global on the side of Minion Miners. I feel like they're going to be moving all over the place here. All right, new prediction, new prediction. By new prediction, I mean the exact same prediction. Who's going to win the game? Is it going to be Running Wild, bringing us the Diva, bringing us the Tracer? They got the Lucio pick. Or is it going to be Minion Miners with their melange of heroes? Anyone could be anywhere at any particular time. You got Blazes and Imperious. Is it the tank? Is it the offlane? You've got Falstads and Brightwings. Who knows where they're going to be at any given time? It's exciting stuff. But we don't have to wait any longer. The game's loaded. Let's get in. Let's get in. It's game number 2. On the left in the blue, we have Running Wild. Alexia's on the Tracer. Kairu on the Muradin. C10 on the Greymane. Mr. Executive is playing Lucio. And Full On Grits is on the Diva. The right in the red, we have the Minion Miners. Marshhole on Imperious. Sir Mac of Cheese on the Lunara. Wezgra playing Brightwing. Wanton Soup on the Falstad. And Hemibo is on the Blaze.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 2. Falstad sticking with the frequent flyer on level 1, getting those auto attack stacks. And no stacking quests over on the side of Running Wild, aside from the baseline Stormbolt quest here for Muradin. Gengars, thank you so much for the subscription. That'll go to help out the league greatly. And you get some pretty dang good emotes as we see Marshall coming on in with the Celestial Charge onto 2. Emibo getting the connection there onto the front line. Kairu staying a little bit healthy. Is going to be driven back, but is a Muradin. So any non-lethal damage is ultimately fake. Emibo looking for the chase there as Kairu turns it around. Alexia going to be polymorph there, but jet propulsion not available. It's Muradin forced behind the wall. Minion Miners putting on some heavy pressure in the early game. Kairu going to come on out here. Put some pressure on Hemibo. C10 going to be hit there as Wanton Soup hits with the Hammerang. Our siege camps are up. We'll see if anyone's going to jump back on that. The Sentinel Wisp in the middle area just sees everything in this triangle here for Minion Miners. And it's in such a tough position here for Running Wild to actually go and deal with. But both teams going to go ahead and lock up their camps real quick. See Alexia come across. That is something Tracer's going to be good at, actually. It only takes 2 auto attacks. It doesn't matter the size of the auto attacks, just 2 auto attacks. Tracer, just 1 click and boom, it's gone. And Tracer can get out of there. Emibo going to be stopped. The jet propulsion not coming on through. Wanton Soup is going to get hit with the pulse bomb, and Hemibo trying to move on back here. Has the shielding. Alexia very low. 1 auto is going to do it. Falstad with the kill. C10 wanted to get the last hit onto Hemibo. Blaze surviving with less than 300 health. Greymane not going to be so lucky. The Hammerang kill steal from Wanton Soup is there, and that is 2 kills to the side of Minion Miners. So they draw first blood in this match. Could be a quick Dragon Knight here. We're just past the 2-minute mark, and Marshall is channeling. Look at that. This Dragon Knight has approximately 17 health. But it is here, and it is going to be doing some damage to this front wall. With the help of Wezgra, Sir Mac of Cheese, and Hemibo, the mid wall is going to be ravaged there. Falstad clearing up the bottom lane. Dragon Knight looks like it's going to be coming on down to the bot side to try to put a little bit of damage in, and Minion Miners getting a lot done with a very, very early Dragon Knight. Taking mid wall, they're looking to take bot wall. Wanton Soup was working on that earlier. Full On Grits with a huge flank here. Oh, is almost kicked over the wall there. Full On Grits staying on the safe side, though, is going to move on back. All the while, Lunara pushing up the top lane is going to be trouble here for Running Wild, as they are all still here on the bottom side. Alexia moving in onto Wanton Soup is going to jump on back. Lunara with that unfair, or Nature's Culling, I should say, not the unfair advantage, is taking down a good portion of the top wall. Minion Miners having a fantastic start. Hemibo able to jet propulsion out of trouble there. They're now a full level ahead based on that soak. Running Wild trying to get their feet here. Full On Grits is forced to use the bomb there in the mid before the mech is lost. Lunara's on the top fort here. Minion Miners kind of doing what I thought they would do. They're just, they're fluid. They're all over the place. Covering the map. All sorts of exciting ways. 7's about to be achieved here by Running Wild. They're going to grab the bottom Bruiser camp. See Wezgra helping out Marshall on the right side Bruiser camp here for the Minion Miners. Bottom pressures coming on through. Greymane locked in on this wall. Going to be taking this wall down very, very quickly. Trying to get out of that slowing oil. Did we go with the auto attack slow? Yes, Nano Machine Coding is online for Blaze. So C10 has to be very sure to not be standing in that for too long. Kairu, oh, caught on the jump there. There's not enough damage follow-up to get that Muradin killed. Top 4 taking some big hits. The Bruiser camp is coming on through here, and with Sir Mac of Cheese, this will almost certainly be a dead fort. Greymane trying to take this camp solo, but Himibo not going to let that happen. Wanton Soup is moving on through. Full on Grits and Mr. Executive going to have to come on back here. Elixia on the flank. Burden coming through as well, and that means top fort goes down. We're going to see Right Wing coming on down. Wanton Soup turns it around. Dodges the Storm Bolts. Nice polymorph there, and Wanton Soup barely gets away. See the Diva mech in the mid is down. Full on Grits taking some hits, but will survive. Meanwhile, look at this pressure. Minion miners are just absolutely ruling here. As C10 jumping onto Marshall, polymorph comes out. Kairu not going to get hit with the Celestial Charge, but still staying very healthy here. Is Imperious trying to turn it around with another charge here. Wants to cast, but didn't have the cooldown. Minion miners trying to come on back for another camp steal as they have their level 10s online. You see the angelic armaments, blink heal, leaping strikes. Leaping strike, I should say. Bunker, and Hinterland's Blast. Alright, I'm starting to think Wanton Soup just likes Hinterland Blast. Game number 1, I was like, alright, you got a reason here. There's a lot of Unstoppable. There's a lot of teleports that can deal with the Gust. I think Wanton Soup just likes Hinterland Blast. That's what I think. 10s are in here for Running Wild. We've got the Pulse rounds here for Tracer. High 5, go for the throat. The Avatar, and Micro Missiles. Wanton Soup coming on up here. We've got a, what was a 1v1, turn it into a 3v1. Full on Grits. Gonna be in some trouble here. Try to move on back. Gonna be speared there. Gonna be taken down as the mech explodes. Everyone gonna be just fine on the side of Minion Miners. In the meantime, Running Wild trying to push up on the bottom lane here, but Sir Mac of Cheese and Himibo holding the bottom lane strong. Sir Mac of Cheese trying to take the point here, but here comes the rest of the team. Kairu looking for a jump forward possibly, but good movement from the side of Minion Miners to get away from the flank. Kairu looking for Marshall here. Brightwing going to come on forward. Look for the save. Going to eat a Pulse Bomb in the meantime. Emibo wanting the connection there onto Kairu, but did not land that jet propulsion. Marshall thinking about a channel here. Micro Missiles to interrupt. C10 is onto the backline here. Hinterland's Blast only going to land onto one. Greymane in trouble, though. Trying to roll away. Is going to be stunned there by Blaze. And that's Greymane to go down. Full on Grits is going to be pushed away as Kairu trying to move on back. Pops the Avatar, but is getting low. Nice Unstoppable by Mr. Executive. Elixia trying to blink on out of trouble as Wanton Soup is on the chase. Looks like Marshall has created the space, and a second Dragon Knight is going to be going over to Minion Miners. Big boot comes on out here as the dragon is cleaving down this structure. Nara on the back of it will go down very quickly. Diva on the top side for Running Wild just has to try to find this experience. Dragon kind of baited into tower shots there. Nice job with the blinks by Elixia. C10 stepping forward. Kairu actually in a little bit of trouble here as Lunara going to get the connection, and Muradin goes down. A great flank from the top side. Greymane going to be chased out on the back here. We'll see if Greymane can actually escape. Going to be dismounted. Jumps on forward here. And that's going to be a Greymane going down. Bottom fort falls. Elixia going to be stunned. Wesker with the polymorph. Do they have enough damage? Not quite. 158 health. Tracer escapes. Dragon Knight low on time, low on health, but bottom wall does fall. Imperious about to bust on out of this Dragon Knight, could be looking for a spear. Full on Grits jumps out of that mech, the explosion's on the way. Everyone gets out of trouble though. Minion Miners, solid 2-level lead here. Gonna be doubling on back. They've taken down all the forts and Running Wild. Looking for an answer here in game number 2. Bottom camp could be next here for Minion Miners. We see Sir Mac of Cheese on the way. Up on the top side, just trying to get as much experience as possible. Level 13's about to be here for Running Wild. This is an opportunity on even talent tiers if they want to go try to find a fight. Imperious going to split off to the top camp here. Falstad stepping forward, puts the lightning rod out. This could be the flank. Wanton Soup in the area. Kairu wants to hold that jump for the barrel roll. There's the chase from Tracer, and there it is. Everyone just waiting on the other side. Falstad is going to go down. That's a great pick there for Running Wild in their chance to find their way back on the map. Kairu looking for a flank here. Himibo has the jet propulsion to avoid the Stormbolt. See Imperious still pushing out the top lane as Sir Mac of Cheese going to Hearth on back. Bruiser Camp is mostly dealt with here in the bottom lane as C10 going to clear that away. Next shrine should be announced here in just a moment. Did I call it or did I call it? That's just game sense right there. Kairu looking for a Stormbolt, going to be polymorphed. We're going to see the charge come on out as well, but kind of missed. That was strange. It looked like the stutter was there. As the camp is still being taken by Running Wild, Himibo not going to get onto the point, and now we have a full-blown fight. Wanton Soup is back as Sir Mac of Cheese working on Tracer on the low side. There is the Hinterland's Blast going to land onto 2. Still a minute cooldown on that ability. Kairu trying to jump out of trouble here as Mr. Executive leads everyone away. Elixia getting away from Lunara on the top side as well. But now Minion Miners with an opportunity to grab yet another dragon here. Falstad's taking the top side, not going to be able to global on down. Running Wild trying to take the point, but Marshall and crew coming through on the flank. Lucio with the speed boost, not going to be caught there. D.Va trying to boost up to the top point here, but it looks like possibly going to be late. Marshall taking the bottom point. I think D.Va gets this in time. Possible move on to the mid here. Kairu with the great double stun, and Himibo will not get a dragon. As full-on Grits grabs the top channel. Marshall stepping forward here is going to find 2 in the bush. Great job! Mr. Executive with the high five manages to move on back. Oh my goodness, the Hinterland's Blast with the very edge of the hitbox finds the kill onto Lucio. I thought Lucio was out, but Wanton Soup wrapping up the kill here is going to fly up to the top side and look for a quick dragon. There it is. Falstad going to get the channel here. Marshall headed to grab another dragon. Well, looks like Sir Mac of Cheese is going to channel this time. Surprising. I figured they would want Lunara on the siege here, but I guess not. They're going to go for the kill pressure instead. Camp was tagged, so that's going to be pushing the bottom lane here for Minion Miners as well. Running Wild does have their 16s now. Even Talonteers as Marshall looking for C10, not quite going to find the connection. But Minion Miners would really love to lock up this bottom keep. Kairu does not get stunned there by Himibo, going to jump into the back line. There is the bomb trying to cut off the retreat here. Himibo drops the bunker to survive the damage. Marshall with the charge on forward. Nice unstoppables being thrown out by Mr. Executive as Greymane trying to shell in that damage. Great stun there from Kairu. Full on Grits is being chased down though. Wanton Soup with the last hit. D.Va is going to fall. Himibo survives as C10 trying to get the hit. Imperious is the next to go down. Falstad fell as well. C10 trying to find a way back here to help secure these kills. Wesker gonna get away. Elixia trying to chase on forward. C10 gonna get booted, and that's Greymane to fall. Kairu trying to get this last hit. The stun is there, and now Blaze is down. It's a 3 for 2 for Running Wild. Somehow, Brightwing got out of there. Lunara gonna try to survive out of this Dragon Knight. Sir Mac of Cheese gonna get the teleport there. Oh no, Elixia gets turned on. Tracer to fall. Now Wesker and Sir Mac of Cheese in the 2v2. Tank and heal versus damage and heal. And we're gonna see Kairu and Mr. Executive forced to move back. Still, the keep does stand. Mr. Executive looking to chase a little bit here. Avoids the Blossom Swell. Kairu maybe looking for a move on forward here, but the fort is upcoming. Sir Mac of Cheese gets away. Himibo explaining no hard feelings in the bottom lane. You good has been called. Good sportsmanship all around. Good looking out. Sentinel Wisp is going to see this bottom side camp being taken. Marshall goes over the wall, does not find the stun, but is on the camp here. Sir Mac of Cheese looking for the flank. This is trouble here for Greymane. C10 taking some big hits. There is the swords, and Greymane is going to go down. The big damage battery is down here. Wanton Soup coming on through, looking for a connection. Kairu with the stun on back is going to have to hit that Avatar. Lucio going to provide those unstoppables to help Running Wild start to move away. But that's a great pick timing. And now we've got a camp and a catapult here for Minion Miners, as well as their level 20s, as they're looking to take down this bottom keep. Stun comes out from Himibo onto 2. Tracer has to recall on the spot here. Marshall was looking for the connection, but didn't get it. Bottom keep goes down. 17 seconds on Greymane, but the shrines are activating. You're going to see Minion Miners move to the mid here. They've got a catapult to ferry on in. Looks like they just want to steal this bruiser camp and possibly find themselves another quick dragon.
There must always be a dragon knight.
Bruiser camp stolen. Running Wild is now back to full strength. Greymane back on the battlefield here. But they've got some camps to deal with. They've got some lane pressure to clear. Lunara's on the top side with the channel. Wesgra on the bottom side. Marshall wants another click. This is going to be Minion Miners with a 16-minute Dragon Knight and an open lane on the bot side. We'll see if they can get the slow pressure and move towards the core. Running Wild, trying to set up for the defense, wanting to hold at the core. Himibo looking to get this wave cleared up front. Now this should be a slower push here from Minion Miners. They should be moving around on the outside looking for a pick opportunity. Dragon Knight steps up, is going to get the kick onto Muradin and start to move forward onto the core to put on the pressure. The rest of Minion Miners, Himibo doesn't connect with the jet propulsion, is forced to hit the bunker immediately and move away. Dragon Knight has peeled away the shielding as D.Va throws out the bomb. Core down to 70%, and Minion Miners trying to Zerg on forward. The Dragon Knight is low, but so is the core, down past 20%. Himibo with the connection. Sir Mac of Cheese damages too much, and Minion Miners are going to go up 2-0 in this best of 5. GG. Fantastic control there on Dragonshire from Minion Miners. They put on the pressure early. They used their siege potential in that Lunara Falstad once again extremely well, and they are now on match point here in this Nexus Division Grand Final. Let's go over to the post-match. See what the stats can tell us here. Alexion the Tracer, top hero damage there for Running Wild. 34,500 hero damage coming on out there. Sir Mac of Cheese on the Lunara, 49,000 hero damage on a 0-death performance. Very nicely done. Lunara showing that value. Oh, I've got a mod in the chat to finish the prediction. That's excellent. Thank you. I'm assuming that's Ektar. Thank you very much, Ektar. We're going to show the talents here as we update the scoreboard. Prediction's already been set. I'd love to see it. And we'll get ourselves ready for a game number 3. Another pull of delicious water. Looks like a few more Minion Miner believers coming on through with the bets that time. So they are now up 2-0. Very exciting stuff. Alrighty. This could be it. We could be moving into match point here. Wait for our next lobby. Until then, we're going to go to another short break. We come back, it'll be game number 3, Running Wild versus Minion Miners. Don't go far. Hello and welcome back. We are setting up here for game number 3 of Running Wild versus Minion Miners. Minion Miners currently up 2-0, and one more win would secure them the Grand Finals title here in the NGS Nexus Division. We are getting set up for our third map. Players are starting to come on in here. Make sure that I get that all entered. People are talking about all the excellent commercials of days gone past. Such is the way. Time goes on. Time goes on. Well, I've got an opportunity. Let you know that Nexus Gaming Series has a Patreon. If you would like to support this most excellent league, get a little bit of swag on the side, !Patreon in the chat, and you can help keep this league running and help our volunteers stay busy and stay effective. It'd be awesome if you check it out. !Patreon in the chat, and you can learn all about it. Looks like our players are starting to file on in here. Good stuff, good stuff. We got the map, we've got the team that picked it. Fantastic. Let's go over to the map select. See that Running Wild has chosen to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen here for game number 3. They're going to have to pull out all the stops. They're going to have to play their best in order to start this reverse sweep. It's happened before. Not that long ago, in fact, in other divisions. We've seen reverse sweeps. We've seen near reverse sweeps on these best of 5 series. So don't count out Running Wild just yet. Especially opting for the map choice. We'll see what they want to pull out here as their last-ditch strat. Just wait for the players to say that they're all ready to go. We'll bring it back to me. You can all stare at me for a moment and not stare at my cats. I don't know where they're at. I got no cats. I got nothing. They must be hanging out with my wife downstairs. It is also pretty warm in this room. If they're trying to cool off, they're probably downstairs. I'll give them the caster ready and we will be, excuse me, all set to go here for game number 3. Arr. Gotta have that water. I must say I'm a little bit happy that we get kind of the summer break off for NGS, because casting like 4 or 5 times a week in this room in the summer is a little bit dicey. I'm trying to find a way to set up like a tower fan here so that it doesn't interfere with the mic. Like, this mic is pretty good at cutting out background noise, but if I've got a fan, like I'm touching the fan right now. It's that close. Like, boom, fan's right there. And I don't want it to be just blowing into the mic the whole time, so I've got it off right now. But we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Draft is up. Let's get in. We're going to be starting here our 3rd draft of the night on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Minion miners will be first to act. And they're going to stick to their guns. No Anduins allowed in today's series. See if Running Wild wants to remove that Deathwing again. I've seen some pretty crafty Deathwing play, particularly on Tomb, from a couple of teams this season. See if Running Wild wants to keep up that ban, or if they want to remove something else here. Lunara Falstad have been replicated in games 1 and 2. Could be something worth controlling as well. But they are going to stick with that Deathwing ban, which I wholeheartedly agree with. Here, AC does a good job of keeping rooms cool. Here's the problem, D-Nasty. Here's the problem. I live on the 3rd floor of a town. I am currently in the 3rd floor of this particular townhome, which is completely covered on both sides, which means in the winter, we hardly have to turn the heat on at all because we're so well insulated. However, in the summer, it gets a little warm. It gets a little bit warm. We've got the central AC, the vents coming up here. It's got to make it all the way up to the 3rd floor. It's doing its darndest, I'll say that. It's doing its best. But it's going to need a little bit of help. Gonna need a little bit of help. Sylvanas, next to be banned here by Minion miners. Running Wild will stick with that Lucio ban, not wanting to give that up. They took it first pick when they had the opportunity, but from second pick, they do not want to give it up. Marshall gonna lock the Falstad here for Minion miners, interestingly enough. Full-on Grits and C10 gonna snap up that Blaze and Lunara instantly for Running Wild. So not allowing the Falstad-Lunara combo here is Running Wild. Very understandable. Wanting to upset the draft as much as possible, but that leaves Deckard open. Wesgra gonna lock that in here for Minion miners. No prediction for this one. Prediction usually goes up after the draft. We'll get it up after the draft. Wanton Soup instead going for the Tychus here for Minion miners. Once again, locking both of those damage before the mid-ban. See what Running Wild wants to remove here. Minion miners, a known Cho'Gall team. Will they do it, though? And will they do it with a Deckard and a Tychus? Falstad could cover the offlane. Marshall has indeed selected it. The Yorick just got banned. We might be seeing it here. Were I a betting man? And I am. I think this is a last pick Cho'Gall. We'll see if Minion Miners is going to tip the hand here. They're going to get rid of Rhaegar next, taking another cleanse off the board. Running Wild, looking to lock their next 2 picks here. Blaze Lunara, very strong heroes to start things off. You can build a lot off of that. Kairu going to give us the Johanna here, reprising that role from game number 1. Let's see if it's going to be damage or healer here for this 4th pick. Mr. Executive going to bring us the Brightwing. Once again, Minion Miners. What's it going to be? Sir Mac of Cheese and Hemibo, they're thinking about it. What's the pick? What's the play? Waiting to call it. Vala May is going to be it. Not going to go full meme mode. Sir Mac of Cheese going for the Vala. Hemibo is on the May here. Still solid damage output and solid control. Area control here from May and Deckard. Running Wild, looking for their flex position. We'll see what Elixir is going to bring here on this last pick. Is it going to be the Gul'dan again? It's going to be the Chromie this time. I love Chromie on this map. Getting that long range to put damage onto Falstad Vala is a very, very good plan. So Minion Miners going with the triple assassin setup here. Falstad, Tychus, Vala here for the Minion Miners. As I lock in these picks, there we go. Fantastic. Let's get a prediction up. Bada boom. Prediction is live. Who do you think's going to take it? Minion Miners coming in with a triple assassin here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Running Wild, they got their Johanna Blaze back. They've got that Chromie. And they've most importantly, they've picked away that Lunara. I think they've got a draft that can do it. But we'll see if they can execute here, as Minion Miners have been playing pretty flawlessly so far this series. But let's jump into the game and see how they do. Here we go. It's game number 3. On the left in the blue, once again, we have Running Wild. Kairu is on Johanna, Full on Grits is on the Blaze, C10 on the Lunara. Elixir is playing the Chromie. Full on Mr. Executive is on Brightwing. There we go. On the right in the red, we have Minion Miners. Hemibo is on the May, Sir Mac of Cheese on the Vala, Marshall is playing Falstad, Wanton Soup on the Tychus, and Wesgra is playing Deckard. Here we go. Falstad opting for the Hammerang build this time. No auto attack quest for Marshall. We have the Q Hungering Arrow quest here for Vala on level 1, and Dragon's Breath W quest for Chromie. Elixir picking that up for the side of Running Wild. Getting 4 stacks already on basically 2 casts there from Chromie. That's a pretty good start. Look at that. My goodness. 8 stacks from Chromie. This is a 20-stack quest. And usually you finish around level 7. Elixir is almost halfway done. See, the rotation has started. Looks like we've got Lunara taking on Tychus in the bottom lane. As Full on Grit's going to get the connection there on the top side. Deckard looking for a route. Not going to quite find one. Lunara Tychus bot lane on Tomb. That's not a game I thought I would be calling today, but it is the one we find ourselves in. Very interesting indeed. Bit of damage coming on out there from Chromie. 11 stacks on that level 1 quest now. This Marshall being forced on back. Back camp is being started here by Full on Grits. Running Wild wanting to get the pressure from the Bruiser camp out early. Minion Miners just keeping up their rotations, clearing out these lanes. But not heading to a camp just yet. Nara just helping out Blaze a little bit, get that camp done quickly. Wesgra and Himibro forcing a rotation up to the top lane with that pressure. Himibro trying to drop off 11 here. Kairu. Not going to get the interrupt. Bruiser Camp going to be pushing through the mid here. We'll see what the clear is like as Full On Grits gets a huge connection onto 3. Sir Mac of Cheese in huge trouble here. C10 on the chase. And Vala goes down first blood. Full On Grits with a huge stun. Helping first blood go to Running Wild. Chromie getting another stack there in the mid as the pressure is put on by this Bruiser Camp. Chromie not the greatest building sieger, but Lunara pretty dang good at it. Lunara still not picked that level 4. We'll see if it's going to be the Nature's Culling or the Blossom Swell here for C10. Meanwhile, looks like Blaze has moved back onto the bottom side. Tychus going to put in a little bit of damage there. Lunara thinking about a flank. Lunara still not picking that 4. Wanton Soup going to be polymorphed and slowed. A little bit of damage there. Wanton Soup gets away. There it is. Nature's Culling there for Lunara, going for that PvE damage. I think that's a good idea. I think Lunara is the main source of building siege here. Chromie's not bad at it, but Lunara is really, really good at it here. Marshall looking to drop off 8 on the Falstad. Kairu does not have the flash just available just there. Just a moment late. Nate go into the bank. Full On Grits being forced back as bottom camp was actually claimed there by Running Wild as well. Kairu looking to drop off 10. Does so. Only 11 more needed for the side of Running Wild as Wesgra going to be gathered up there. Is there going to be any follow-up? Not quite in range. Good zone out there from Deckard is... Oh, Chromie is actually popped there in the mid. I didn't think there was enough pressure there, but Vala getting that last hit. We'll get that kill. Emibo on 10. Oh, Full On Grits didn't have the Flame Stream. This is going to be Red Web Weavers coming on through for the first objective of the game. We'll see what Minion Miners can do with this lane pressure. Chromie back on the battlefield here for the defense. Gank attempt on the bottom lane. Wanton Soup has enough health to get back, but definitely has to watch out for those gank attempts, as Tychus not exactly well known for the gank resistance. Marshall really wants that last hit on Kairu, but could not get it. Johanna getting away in the top lane. You see the pressure starting to step up here. Kairu healing up from the well as Alexia trying to clear this from afar. Johanna being forced back here, though, as the wave is down to about half. Right Wing and Lunara clearing up mid and bot. Looks like top lane is going to be saved for now here for Running Wild. Is Kairu going to get healed up? We'll see if there's going to be a chase on forward. Mr. Executive not going to be rooted there by the Scroll of Sealing. Ike is pushing through the bottom lane. Sir Mac of Cheese, oh, wants the last hit. Oh, under 30 health. Lunara gets away. Kairu moving on back as well, and these all these assassins on the side of Minion Miners are making these rotations very perilous here for Running Wild. Full On Grit's going to get away on the top side as the rotation was coming on through. Only 11 more needed. Wanton Soup trying to watch the bottom turn in. Mr. Executive does have enough for a solo turn. But is going to walk into another set of assassins there in the mid. Alexia forced to move on back, and it looks like Running Wild going to try to use this Bruiser Camp to create enough space for a turn in here. Minion Miners looking for Full On Grits on the top side. Jet Propulsion used early, and Blaze will move away. Tychus just clearing away that Wisp there on the left as we see Minion Miners have their level 10s. Going to see the Ice Wall, Stay a While and Listen, Strafe. Falstad and Tychus still thinking about it as we see the Chromie time loop go out. The Wesgra has enough healing. There's the Strafe from Sir Mac of Cheese. Ice Wall is going to capture 2 there. There's the Blizzard trying to get Kairu. The root is out, the stun is in, but not enough kill pressure to lock in those kills. It is going to be Gust from Marshall's Falstad here. And Draken Laser Drill, the choice from Tychus. Running Wild looking to put some pressure here on the mid as Kairu in a little bit of trouble, gets away from the icing as Full On Grits with another nice stun there. Stay a while and listen is going to stop Brightwing from coming on through to help. Full On Grits is forced to use the bunker to move away. Mr. Executive not going to get hit by the scroll as Sir Mac of Cheese in some trouble. Double Leaping Strike comes on out and Vala goes down. Maze getting pressured as well. Hemibo is going to fall. Wanton Soup is going to pop the laser drill there. Full On Grits has got to be careful, just tanking this thing. Gotta move on back. There we go. Wanton Soup is slowed, polymorphed, but no damage in sight means that Tychus will survive. You saw that time loop from Chromie. We also have the Blaze Bunker, Blink Heal, Leaping Strike, and Falling Sword to round things out for Running Wild. Kairu is able to turn in on the bottom side, which means our first blue web weavers of the game are on the way here. Bruiser Camp was already tagged by Minion Miners, so they're going to get that pressure in the mid here in just a moment. We'll see what kind of pressure can be put on by Running Wild. Web Weaver's falling. Bruiser Camp for defense in the mid. May is looking for a flank here. Hemibo going to be spotted on the edge. Moves on forward to try to create some space here. As Chromie's finished out that quest, Sir Mac of Cheese going to go ahead and hit that strafe. Slowed and time loop. This could be trouble here for Vala. Nice gust there from Marshall to deny the follow-up, but the Stay a While and Listen was used as well. 2 ults down. Kairu trying to gather them all up for a re-engage for the side of Running Wild. Dragon's Breath comes on out to try to create the pressure in the mid. Mid wall goes down. Falstad trying to clear up the top side here as Leaping Strike from C10, putting some damage onto Falstad. Huge! There's another one. Could be a trade out. Lunara trades for Falstad. Elixir has to move forward and get those gems. Picks up the 20. Kairu grabbing another 5 there. We'll see. There's the Iron Skin. Johanna is going to get away here. Hemibo chasing Mr. Executive. Full On Grits has already used the jet propulsion. Going to be stopped there. Draken Laser Drill is dropped. Wanton Soup wants this kill. The laser, not enough. Kairu doesn't have the Iron Skin. Trying to move away here. Nice movement there by Running Wild. No one goes down. Wanton Soup dropping off 20 on the bottom side. That's pretty important here for Minion Miners. Sir Mac of Cheese and Wesker will be enough here, but Kairu not going to let it happen. Full On Grits is putting out the big oil as well to try to deny this topside turn-in. Nara's looking for Tychus here on the bottom side. Now Brightwing coming on through as well. Nice polymorph coming on out, and that is Wanton Soup to fall. Nice gank there from Running Wild. Full On Grits is being forced out here. Chromie gets into the timeout to avoid the engage of Hemibo. Now Kairu gathering him up and slowing him down. Hemibo being chased backwards there. Sir Mac of Cheese pops the strafe to try to push away the members of Running Wild. Only a few more gems needed here from Minion Miners, but Running Wild doing a great job of guarding this top turn-in. It's going to be close no matter what. Lunara, after getting that kill on the bottom side, is going to go ahead pick that up. Chromie, nice usage of the sand clone there for the next interrupt. Wesgra going to be interrupted there by Kairu. Marshall on the top side trying to get some poke damage in from the edge. There's the time loop though. Falstad might need to gust away. Barrel rolls on back. Ooh, but runs into a little bit of damage there. Mr. Executive is going to be stopped. I think the blizzard pops too early. Unstoppable comes on out, and we got a full-on fight. That's going to be Falstad going down. Full On Grits is chasing out Sir Mac of Cheese. Hemibo trying to peel there will do so effectively. Wesgra dropping the... Oh gosh, Blaze goes down in the mid. That's a lot of gems on the ground. Gems are looking to possibly expire here. That's a lot to fall here. Elixir and Mr. Executive being chased out as well. C10 on the low side is caught on the wrong side of things. Has the leap to reposition as Wanton Soup trying to get away. That's Lunara going down. Kairu being chased out by the drill. Johanna to fall. This drill is killing everybody. That's Brightwing down. Now Elixir with 25 gems. The only gem holder remaining is going to go down. Minion Miners with a huge turnaround there. Spend, I think that was over 80 gems fall. And now they're going to move towards the boss. Minion Miners with a huge exchange there. Find the split they want, find the kills in the lanes, and now they've put Running Wild in a really tough situation. We're going to have a boss and a turn in here. In the bottom lane, there's a little bit of pressure that's going to be stopping that web waver. But now we've got a boss that's going to be coming on through with this objective. Running wild. Have Chromie back now. They're going to have 16s in just a moment. This is not an impossible defense, but they have to be very careful about how they play this. Chromie putting out the damage from afar. The ice wall will not connect onto Lunara as the boss marches on forward onto the keep. Chromie trying to siege in on the edge here. As Tychus looking to move on forward. The web weaver is here. As the boss is being worked down, but they keep being worked down as well. Himibo with a huge engage there. It's going to get the stun. Double leap, and that's Lunara to fall. Lunara is down. Himibo, low as well, is surviving on the back here. And now moving towards the core is the objective, but it's pretty heavily damaged. Himibo moving on forward. Oh, has to pop the cryo freeze. This could be trouble. Gust comes on out as well as a stay a while. Himibo trying to move on back. Low health. There's the shield glare. Doesn't get the kill. Minion miners not going to be able to move towards the core, but get the top keep down. Now they're going to rotate to the mid to see what they can do here. My goodness. The pressure just keeps pouring on. Full-on Grits is going to be rooted there, but nothing doing there. Going to be hit by the ice wall, though. Kairu has to get the unstoppable to move on back. Blaze taps and looks to turn it around. No jet propulsion opportunity, though. Minion miners looking for a possible re-engage. Marshall going to move on back here. Sir Mac of Cheese trying to drop off 19. Still 13 more needed for a full turn-in. As Wesker and Himibo both interrupted there by full-on Grits and Kairu. Looks like no turn-in going to be a possibility here for Minion miners. Back camp's already been started there by Tychus and Vala. Going to see Running Wild double back as well to try to match that. Minion miners moving on to the top side for their turn-in. Again, a little bit short, but not too short. Just a couple more waves should do it, but their waves are pretty pushed in here, so they may have a bit of a problem accessing the gems that they're looking for. Cruiser camp is taken. Himibo on the low side here. He's just going to move on down with the team to get this clear. Sir Mac of Cheese grabbing the bottom camp as well, as Running Wild is dealing with the Bruiser in the mid. Boss is up in over 2 minutes, so not really a win condition as of yet. It's going to be a lot of posturing at this point from both teams, as we see Minion miners trying to step up here. They don't want to get caught, though. Sir Mac of Cheese is going to be slowed with the big oil. There's the connection. Big Gust has to be pushed out there by Marshall, as Running Wild were threatening onto that kill. Full on Grits. Oh, there's an ice wall going to cut off the retreat there, but no one caught in it. Enough gems are now online here, exactly enough for the side of Minion miners. See if they can find that turn in. Himibo dropping off 5, Marshall channeling with 6. That should be enough. There we go. This is basically the entire bank of Minion miners here. They're going to need to get as much done as they can. They've already got to keep down. But if they can get another one, they'll be in a fantastic position to possibly threaten boss with their 20s after this objective is over. Web Weavers are on the way. All lanes are pretty well pushed in, so Running Wild. This is going to be a difficult defense. We'll see what they can do with this. Web Weaver spawns in the mid, already taking a ton of damage there from Lunara. Minion miners not really in a position to threaten here as the mid objective goes down basically immediately. Falstad pushing up the bottom lane here. Could be the next defense. There's the drill coming on out. There is the time loop as well. Chromie trying to get the extra damage there as the sleep is going to catch full on Grits. Ice wall going to be denied there by the bunker, but Brightwing is caught. The grenade from Wanton Soup finds the kill. The top objective is onto the core, but it will be quickly cleared away. Mid keep in trouble. Bottom keep looks like it's going to be saved here. Mid keep to fall. With Brightwing down, Minion miners might go for the win right here. Wesker trying to move on back as this keep is still standing. Full on Grits with a gigantic stun. There's the keep going down. Kairu trying to land the falling sword, but will not get it. Wesker moving on back. Those infinite super potions sustaining the side of Minion miners, but Deckard, caught with nowhere to go, is going to fall. Counterkill by Running Wild, and they are going to set up the defense. Himibo is going to use the Unstoppable to try to deny the time loop. It's going to bring back one more time here. Another stun from Blaze, but now is caught in the mix. Full on Grits trying to get away. The Qs are in, but Full on Grits survives. Sir Mac and Cheese may not be as lucky. Moves away. The poison is doing so much damage. Johanna taken down. Lunara taken down, but Vala falls to the poison, making it a 2 for 2 there. Oh my goodness. Now looking at the boss, but they don't have their healer. Wanton Soup is going to go ahead and tap, and they're going to try to do this. May is going to try to tank this out. They've already got the boss near half. Running Wild, they don't have the vision to deal with this, but Full on Grits is going to get here. Himibo is going to be scouted. Marshhole is still on the point. This could be Running Wild getting back here. The boss is next. That is going to be 2 caught in the ice wall. What an ice wall from May! And now Running Wild trying to turn it around here. Wanton Soup is going to survive. Marshhole is low. The bunker comes out and Falstad is going to go down. Tychus is caught on the top side here. Wanton Soup has a drill and a dream, but Tychus will fall. Boss is moving to the core. All other keeps are down here. Johanna and Lunara are on the way back. Running Wild, they don't get the boss, but they get the kills that they need for this defense. C10 back. This boss will fall quickly. Full on Grits being chased back here. Himibo and Wezgra in the area for some reason. I'm not really sure why they're on this side of the map, to be honest. They're thinking about this camp, but they think better of it, and they're going to start to move on back here. 4 taking about 5% damage there. Was at 88 before. As we see May moving away down the bottom lane. Running Wild, they're on a wing and a prayer right now. They've got no structures remaining, but the boss is no longer a win opportunity, and Minion miners still need a lot of gems for their next turn-in. Bottom camp being started here by Running Wild. They've got some pressure in the mid to try to push out the other bruiser camp. Lunara has to deal with the top side as these catapults are going to start to build up here. Running Wild looking for a turn-in, are going to find one here on the bottom side. Gonna just try to use these to buy some time to push out these lanes. Running Wild here on the flank, gonna try to clear out the mid. Minion miners staying together here on the right. Clear out the bottom camp. Blaze looking for a flank here. Running Wild wants to find something. Full on Grits is going to see Sir Mac of Cheese, but Himibo on the outside is going to try to cut off the engage. Minion miners moves on back to safety. Web Weavers are spawning in here. Going to see some pressure in the mid. Top is caught pretty far back. Bottom is marching on up. It looks like the defense is going to be on the fort here. C10 taking some damage there from Wanton Soup. A lot of damage there as Tychus putting the big overkill onto Lunara. It is cleared. Bottom pushing on forward. We see Vala and Falstad going to be dealing with that. Top lane losing health as it walks on forward here. Won't have too much longer. Oh goodness. Wanton Soup almost caught on that rotation. Himibo in the area as well here. Falstad coming on up to for a defense as May ices on in there. And the Web Weavers are down. Big slow coming on out, but Running Wild is moving back safely. Running Wild have the lane pressure. They have 10 away from their next turn-in. Himibo going to move on forward here. Avoids the time trap. Kairu on the top side is going to catch May for the moment. There's a polymorph coming on out. There's a stun from Full on Grits. Going to see a Mighty Gust from Marshall for the save. Himibo back to full health with those super potions. This is getting tense. This is very, very tense. Running Wild are close to their next turn-in. Very, very close, but they need a few more waves. May on the top side going to be caught again. Himibo Gonna be slowed there. Full on Grits wants a stun and is gonna find it. The body block is in. Ice Wall is gonna catch two as Himibo trying to move towards these potions. Wesgra with the heals. There is the falling sword from Kairu. Himibo in trouble, is gonna be double looped back. Has the cryo freeze to survive. Mr. Executive and Kairu being moved back here as the strafe from Sir Mac of Cheese cannot find a kill. Full on Grits caught on the low side, and somehow Minion Miners turns a gank into a counter gank. Can they move forward? It's still a minute till the boss. Can they possibly force towards core? Do they want to force towards core? They're moving up the top side. Tychus is in the mid, though. Tychus is in the mid. Himibo and Marshall want to end, but they're not together. Tychus is still not with the team. C10 is looking at Marshall here, who doubles back for those super potions. Still 35 seconds on Blaze. They want to get these minions into range if possible. Wanton Soup avoids the Blossom Swell. Minion Miners have 25 seconds if they want to take a run at this core. Mr. Executive blinks away from trouble. Marshall barrel rolls away from the Condemn. There's Lunara on the top side, trading out with Falstad. There's the heals from Mr. Executive as well, and Minion Miners are gonna just move on back here. Blaze up in 10 seconds. They do have enough for a turn, and Kairu does not want to allow it. Steps on forward for that interrupt. Himibo is going to be moved on up here. Ice Wall will not connect. This could be trouble here. Kairu is going to be pushed away. There's the falling sword. Marshall taking damage. Double leaping strike from C10, and that is Falstad to go down. Mr. Executive is caught. It's going to be trading 1 for 1. Sir Mac of Cheese is going to go down. 2 for 1 here for Running Wild as C10 trying to Hearthon back. Wanton Soup not going to get the interrupt here. Elixia being chased out by Himibo. Kairu moving back as well. But the Winions in the bottom lane. The catapults dealing critical damage to the core, taking it down to 43%. There's 2 catapults in the top lane as well, as we see Full On Grits has been caught by 3, slowing down by the overkill. Blaze is forced to hit the bunker. The catapults are stacking up once again, as Full On Grits is going to move away. Falling sword from Kairu is going to get the heals, but the core is taking damage. Chromie did move back to clear them away. Wanton Soup wants these kills as C10, Kairu, and Full On Grits are being forced back. This is so tense here. There's the Ice Wall onto 1. Full On Grits does not get the connection. That's Chromie to fall, though. Chromie is down. Lunara gets away here as Wanton Soup is going to be double looped back. Johanna and Lunara are going to move away. Himibo trying to turn in 21. Wesgra with 23. That's not enough. They need 1 more. Full On Grits not going to get the interrupt, and Tychus goes down. That's another stagger here for the side of Minion Miners. Oh no, that was the side of Running Wild. Running Wild got that kill. And now there's 2 caught here. The fight will continue. Mr. Executive is going to blink on out. Full On Grits is trying to move on back. Gets the big stun, but Blaze may be out of tricks here. The strafe finds the kill onto Blaze. Only 4 more needed. Wesgra has enough, and we are going to have the Web Weavers marching on in here. I don't know if they've got the defense, but Running Wild, they're going to give it a try. Minion Miners have all 3 lanes pushing in. The red Web Weavers are on the way. Running Wild has to find the kills, and they have to find them now. Wesgra backing off here as the falling sword comes on out. Mr. Executive being chased away. C10 in trouble. C10 taking damage, but has the health to move away. The Marshall in trouble, but the core shielding is already gone. Core shielding is down to 28% as the Web Weavers are spawning. Catapult is taking 5% off the core per shot, and now the Web Weavers are spawning in, and this looks like Minion Miners with the inevitable push. They're going to move towards the core. Lunara is down, and that is game number 3. Minion Miners complete the sweep and are your Nexus Division champions. Number 8 seed Minion Miners do the unthinkable. 3-0 in the finals here in the Nexus Division, and they are your champions for Season 13. Let's check out the post-match. See what the stats can tell us here. C10 on the Lunara, trying their heart out. Over 71,000 hero damage there, 7 killing blows for Running Wild. Sir Mac of Cheese on the Vala, though, 95,000 hero damage coming on out for the Minion Miners. What a series we had. We'll take a quick look at the talents. as we update our scoreboard for the final time, and we'll see if we can get ourselves an interview with our champions. Alrighty, we'll keep an eye on Discord here. Alrighty, looks like I'm joined by Sir Mac of Cheese. Congratulations on the grand final victory.
We are excited. I brought a friend. Hopefully that's okay.
All
I really
good.
wanted to bring a friend.
Looks like Wesgra here as well. What a series we had today. How you feeling after a 3-0?
Good,
Oh,
I'm
man.
hyped. That was fun.
Dude, that was so much fun.
Wow. I mean, coming into today, the 8th seed here in the Nexus division. Tell me about just how the regular season sort of led to this for Minion Miners. Was this just such a close division all the way through? Do you feel like you scaled through the season? How did we come to today?
Yeah, I feel like all the teams were pretty tight. I mean, I don't feel like anybody was really running away with the season, and pretty much anybody coming into the playoffs, I think, had a shot. So we had kind of a weird season. We had some players that had to miss some games because of stuff going on. So we were a little scattered this season.
I mean, one player
we
had
pulled
a
it
kid
together
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so,
we
you
had
know.
so we had some of that, some of that going on. But yeah,
we are
take
hyped.
this ending.
This is our second finals. Match Ready took us down in what was it, A East or A West, whatever. So
Yeah,
it feels good to come back and have another shot at this.
It was quite a performance today. Absolutely incredibly executed. Tell me about the draft strategy there. It seemed like you had a very distinct plan around the bans and around those priority picks. Did you feel like, your plans got messed with at all on the way? Did you have to make any on-the-fly decisions in those drafts, or did you pretty much get what you wanted there?
So I don't know. I think so. Something I think we adjusted from the regular season is we stopped worrying about what is overpowered and we just started playing to our strengths. And I think that was really the major tilting point for us in the playoffs. Is it was just like, yeah, this might be an overpowered pick, but we don't care about it anymore. So yeah, no, we played to our comfort picks and always tried to have enough depth. And I mean, we worked on some pretty consistent plays throughout the season and just kind of built on it. So pretty happy with where we wound up.
Yeah, I would say in previous seasons we were kind of vulnerable to being banned out. We had some specific picks that we really liked. Lucio would be one, and Deathwing in previous seasons was one, and so teams could identify kind of how to hurt us. And I think because of that, in previous seasons, we've really kind of grown our roster, and that helped us this season. We didn't feel pinched very much, which was kind of a nice change.
I
we
felt
have in the
personally
past.
attacked when they took my Lenara game 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, sometimes, sometimes they say, no one takes my pick a third time. And that was definitely seemed like the draft strategy.
I mean, so far in the playoffs, anybody who took my Lenara got to pay for it in spades. So I'm not feeling too bad.
Wow, I mean, it was. Let's just go straight to game number 3. Very, very exciting matchup there. Triple Assassin. Tell me about how a Triple Assassin comp plays sort of start to finish on Tomb of the Spider Queen, because we hear about Tomb. You want to make sure you have like a sturdy offlaner who's resistant to ganks down there, but you kind of you went a different way with it. Tell me about how that comp sort of unfolds on Tomb.
Yeah, we basically said, Himmy, you're on your own. Good luck. We're just going to run for our lives. And yeah, hopefully it goes well. I guess the season's over, so we can say this. With Spiders, we have really adopted the strategy of not messing with camps unless there's really nothing else to do, and just keeping pressure up. That has seemed to work for us the last couple times we played. So I can give our secrets away now on Spider because the season's over.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, and also just kind of looking at their damage. So Lenara, like as a Lenara player, I mean, definitely watching they kind of gradual damage plus spike and then Chromie. So we just had to kind of play around cooldowns. Vala has a spell shield at 13, so I was able to stay alive. It looks like Marshall had static rod, so he was able to trade with both Lenara and Chromie pretty well. And then looks like Wonton Soup just abandoned all hope and just went out there and fed. But he did great, so it worked out. But we tried to play we took offensive picks, but we still played them pretty defensively. I mean, Vala Q build, I'm just jumping in, spiking 2 Qs, and I'm backing off until I see an opening for a couple of autos on the front line. So we played pretty carefully around May front
Yeah,
line.
the Gus was huge too. I mean, the Gus and then Deckard having a lot of CC, we were able to disengage quite a few of those fights.
I think Gus was burned trying to save my life no less than 3 times.
Yeah, it was very useful. Yeah.
It was a cool comp to see. It's definitely a comp, having that extra assassin once you get to that level 20 just makes those fights so much more lethal. And the fights were absolutely lethal coming down the stretch there. What were comms like in what was essentially a 3-minute long extended fight when you've got catapults in every lane pushing on in, you're slowly trying to get these gems built up for a turn in, and the brawls just won't stop? Like, is there any sense to be made in that moment, or is it just, chaos, do your best?
Our whole strategy there is to keep them engaged. So the longer they're fighting, we're winning. Even if we do drop a person, because they're getting pressured across the map. And so if we keep them engaged, that's all we're really looking for. And so they had to stay because we had the turn. So they were kind of stuck in a hard spot there. So yeah, we were totally fine with a 3-minute fight at the end there.
It was very well executed. It was, it was all over the place. It was a tough one to spectate, but we found them all. You guys take the 3-0 in very, very exciting fashion. And I can't remember since the last time we've seen an 8th seed come all the way through. I'd have to ask the NGS historians what the stats are on that, but very very awesome to see. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So tell me about the future here for Minion Miners. Are you like a, take it cool in the off season kind of team? Are you a sign up for all the side leagues kind of team? Like what are you thinking for over the summer?
Go ahead, Adam.
I mean, we have mostly just stuck with NGS. I think people take a break and kind of refresh a little bit, and guys like to play like other games and stuff too, and just reconnect. And usually about a week or two before the main season starts, we get back into practices and stuff again. So I'm sure we'll probably play a few games. We need to pull, some of our people back up into Plat and Diamond because we've had a bit of a rough rank season. But yeah, I mean, we take it slow in the off season because we just don't want to burn out. We've got a really good, consistent relationship with the guys, and just trying to keep that positive. I think this is one of the few situations where I've been a part of a team that's really kept a really positive, vibe, and it's really made playing a lot of fun. It's something that I know I prioritize. I feel like they do too. So I'm definitely looking forward to our next season. They better not back out on me because going up, baby.
Going up indeed. Well, assuming you get the same roster, you're pretty much a lock for heroic, being the Nexus champions, which is very.
We're trying really hard to climb the ranks with no masters on the squad.
Yes, that's our goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. Is yeah. We're trying to see how far we can go with no masters. We're doing it.
Oh, you're getting pretty dang far as Nexus Division Grand Finals champions. Fantastic. Well, as we close out our season here in the Nexus Division, the floor is yours. Any final shout-outs you'd like to make?
Yeah, I'll just shout out Running Wild. They're a fun team. We've been playing against them for a lot of seasons now, so it's cool to have them in the Grand Finals.
We're big Running Wild fans. I don't think there's any stranger there.
Yep. I mean, thanks to you guys for casting. I mean, just all the casters and you heading that up. It makes it really fun. So yeah. Yeah, we're hyped.
We have to thank the fans. We have to in particular.
All 2 of them.
Yeah, all 2 of them. All 2 fans. They're the greatest, especially the one shouting over Marsh's shoulders as we're playing through the game. So, yeah, no, I just thanks for setting this up. Thanks for the cast and the league and all the work you guys put in, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to this here next season. So,
fantastic. Well, Sir Mac of Cheese, Wezgra, and the rest of the Minion Miners, congratulations once again on a fantastic Grand Finals performance. We hope to see you again next season.
Oh, you'll see us. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
All righty.